Hello, everyone. This is Maria Padilla, assistant editor with Tow Times Magazine, and I am here with
Shelli Hawkins, Associate Product Manager with HONK Technologies.
and
And I'm Shannon Yates with co-president of Doug Yates Towing in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
nice to have all of you here. We're here today to talk about HONK and what HONK can do for towing companies. And so we have a couple of questions, and I'm going to start off with Shelli. And I'm going to ask Shelli, tell us what is HONK, and also what can HONK do? How different is it from other companies?
Thank you so much, Maria. I want to say thank you for having us, first of all. Really excited to be here today. HONK Technologies is, first and foremost, a technology platform. We are focused on being at the top of technology every single day for our towing partners out there. That can mean a lot of things, from looking at algorithms and how to best find a tow provider closest to the individual needing help. That's something that we certainly focus on. We also focus on working with the towing providers to, fill in the ebb and flow that you have in the towing business every day. There's going to be busy days. There's going to be days that are really slow. And we want to be that partner that is there to just be there for the ebb and flow for you folks.
Great. So why does HONK consider itself a stress-free revenue option for towing companies? What is that about?
Stress-free revenue option for our partners is going to mean at our core, we focus on giving them jobs that they have the ability to decline without penalty. We are not penalizing you for declining a call. When we send you a job, you take a look, Shannon takes a look at the folks out there and says, you know what, we have a major wreck. All of our light duty guys are out. We absolutely don't have anyone to do this job. We'd love to do it, but we can't do it right now, decline. Or it's in the middle of a snowstorm and everybody needs help, whatever the case may be. We want to be in there, like I said earlier, just to fill in those gaps. And that's why Shannon reached out to me. And you can talk a little bit about that, Shannon, and what possibly intrigued you about HONK when we talked earlier.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Why do you consider HONK to be the future of the towing industry, Shannon?
Well, I consider digital towing apps like HONK and several other apps that we currently use to be sort of like the current e-commerce companies you see today that are booming. It's just a difference in brick and mortar retail stores versus digital shopping. I think that it's the future of the towing industry. Not only light duty, but I think it's heavy duty. When we use apps like HONK, where we don't have to really communicate with the caller and getting all the details, it's all digitally sent to our dispatch software or to an app. It obviously saves us money, time. We don't have to have as many dispatchers. We don't have to have as many call takers. So there's less room for error too, communication problems. So a lot of times we'll have a call taker jotting down information from someone that's calling in and rattling off information, and we may transpose an address or whatever. But when it's digitally sent, it's black and white. So I just think it's the wave of the future.
For sure. We want to be a part of the efficiencies. On the surface, you see our app or you see our website, and you see that we're giving jobs to people like Shannon and other people all across the United States. But more than anything, we want to bring efficiencies to the towing world. And Shannon, you can speak to what was it like to send and receive calls 10 years ago?
Oh, it's difference in the day and then it's night and day. I mean, I can remember when I was younger, every call was wrote down on a piece of paper and handed out the window to a driver. Now everything is over an app, so it's completely different.
I hear towers talk about carrying a roll of quarters in their pocket to call from a payphone to see if there are more calls for them. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, well, we had two-way radios. We were fortunate enough to have two-way radios, but those would only go so far, So.
Yeah, it's embracing that digital technology. So one thing that I always have at the top of my mind is when something I learn about that's new, whether it's on my job or wherever the case may be, I always take a look at it and say, I don't say, ooh, what's that? I say, that's really interesting. I may want to incorporate that into my job or into my life. Tell me more about it. So I love that approach where people say, like Shannon, Tell me more about it. This might be a good fit for my business. You know, a conversation is free. You don't have to pay for it. Ask the folks out there, if I could encourage the towing industry, build a relationship with a group of people that you trust, like we all have, and look to them to be your mentors and say, what are you using for this? How are you doing this? Things that you may have not even considered. Build that and maybe potentially embrace that technology, whatever efficiencies that towing businesses like Yates are doing, like Shannon mentioned. That's how we grow this towing industry to be so much stronger.
Absolutely. You know, I've got a saying: if you don't adapt, you'll die. I mean, and you better be ready to adapt, or you're gonna get left behind. And
I think one of the key things that Shannon said for me was about not depending on brick and mortar. That's extremely important, especially during the pandemic right now, where it's difficult to get to brick and mortar.
Yeah. I mean, you got to look at it that way. I mean, basically, these people that are broke down, they're shopping. They're not shopping for items. They're shopping for service.
Yes.
You know, whether you like it or not, this new generation, they don't like to call and talk to people. You know, they want something that they can get on their phone digitally.
Yeah, true.
That's just you better adapt, or you're gonna get left behind. Is the way I look at it.
Wise words.
That's right. Well, I want to thank each of you for being with us today to talk a little bit about how HONK partners with towing companies and what it can do for towing companies, and how Shannon at Yates Towing has benefited from this particular relationship. So I want to thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thousands of local towing and roadside companies across the country are making more money with additional jobs through HONK. It starts by joining our partner program at joinhonk.com and setting your competitive rates. Download the free mobile app for your dispatcher and each of your drivers. The HONK Driver app notifies us when jobs are available near you, so we can send you the right ones. When the customer places their order, HONK instantly alerts all partners within the area of that job. Submit your ETA with a tap in the app. This includes any time you might need to wrap up a current job. Once all ETAs are received, we calculate the best combination of ETA, service rate, and performance history, and award the job to that partner. You get all job details, including customer location and contact info, before you arrive. HONK collects payment from the customer and pays you the same day the job is complete. That's it. Fast, efficient, and easy. So you're on your way to the next job before you know it. Get started at joinhonk.com.